Hola y bienvenidos a Lección 2, Los Verbos. Now that you've gotten through Lesson 1, we're moving on to Lesson 2, specifically about verbs. This video will give you an overview of what is required of you in Lesson 2 in order to receive full credit. First, I will walk you through a checklist that you can use and download if you would like in order to know what you need to complete for Lesson 2. Similar to Lesson 1, you must first read through the student learning objectives. Once again, please stop and think about the daily warm-up prompt before actually completing this. Once you have thought about the daily warm-up, you may go ahead and complete this daily warm-up prompt in your online Google Journals. Once this is complete, again, stop and think about the background knowledge questions. Once you've had enough time to think about the questions posed to you, answer these questions in your online Google Journals. We then move on to the Learn section of the lesson. The first thing that is required of you is to watch the YouTube video, the Spanish infinitive and conjugation, and write the presenter's definition of infinitive and conjugation in your online Google Journals. Next, you must watch the screencast, ¿Qué es un verbo?, to better understand what an infinitive is and how to conjugate a verb. This will review the information that you saw in the YouTube video. The above checklist items are due by Friday, October 2nd. Once those items have been completed, you will move on to the play section of the lesson. You must watch the supplemental YouTube video, Spanish Conjugation Song, Bringing Conjugations Back, and in your online Google Journals, please write down 2 infinitives that they mention in the video. You'll notice that this song is set to one of Justin Timberlake's songs, so hopefully you recognize the tune. Our Engage section, which is your last item for this lesson, is to complete the partner activity assessment in a new Google Doc that you must share with me. Below you will find detailed instructions about how to complete this partner activity. Lastly, just like in Lesson 1, post your 2 sentences in the comments section at the bottom of the page. The Play and Engage checklist items are due by Friday, October 9th. Here is also a button for you, if you would like, to download this checklist as a PDF. Again, if you would like to check off each item as you go through and complete it, or if you would just like a hard copy. Once again, please read through these student learning objectives. Once that is complete, think about your daily warm-up before immediately going into your online Google Journal. Once you have thought about these questions, you may then answer them in that journal. Read through these background knowledge questions and think about them. Stop and really think about them and your answers before writing them in your Google Journal. Just like in Lesson 1, I will be looking at your daily warm-up and your background knowledge questions and how you answered them in order to give you feedback. Now we're on to the main chunk of the lesson, Los Verbos. So first we have our Learn section. Again, you'll be watching this YouTube video about the Spanish infinitive and conjugation. You must write down the presenter's definition of infinitive and conjugation in your online journals. We will be using these definitions later on in our lesson. Once you have watched the YouTube video, please watch this screencast, ¿Qué es un verbo?, just to help you better understand and focus on what an infinitive is and how to conjugate a verb. In addition, I've attached the PowerPoint that I used in this screencast so that you can download it and save it, or you can go through it as many times as you need to. For our play section of the lesson, you have a supplemental YouTube video, bringing conjugations back. In your online journal, please write down at least 2 of the verbs, only the infinitives, that they conjugate in this video. They use plenty of verbs as examples, but you only need to write down 2 of the verbs in the infinitive form. Lastly, our engage section is the main assessment of this lesson. This is a partner activity. Part 1 is an individual assignment that you will need to complete on your own before moving on to part 2. Part 2 is where you really work with your partner. Here you will need to create a new Google Doc and share it with me. The pairs are set up by Google numbers. Therefore, the partner whose student number is even, therefore it ends in a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc., will create a Google Doc and share it with their partner and with me. Here you can read through the explicit instructions at your own pace. I've attached the PDF form of the reading so that you can download that. You can either read it online or print it off if you would like the hard copy. Similar to lesson 1, you must also post in the comments. Again, you will need to post your 2 phrases or sentences in the comments section as well as your online journal for a backup copy, just in case something happens again with our comments section. If you have any questions at all, any concerns, or you need me to clarify anything, please feel free to email me, leave a comment, or contact me as soon as possible. Adios.